Welcome to SIS Stories. This is Miss Bacigalupo's English 10 class, storytelling under the theme, Enter, Return. This is Joy's story. Listen to her as she speaks about the growth that comes from embracing what's hard.
So believing that a lot of us have the experience of trying hard to overcome certain things. These could be your emotions, your reactions, habits, or even a bunch of people and things and what's not. These have all been tough for us. And one thing that I have to admit is that before greeting the victory, there must be something that you have to go through with. Instead of giving us a hard time, why can't we just embrace them? Embrace all the problems, troubles, worries, depressions. Let's just say that we can't get along with these problems. So as a result, it leads into a hard time. And honestly, I've never truly overcome any of the problems I was facing with until 3 years ago. A trifle had made me a breakthrough. It was during September when I arrived in Melbourne. And that was the second time for me entering Australia, since I have been living in Brisbane for like a year before that. And for those who had spent their winter in Melbourne would know that how chilly the day could be, how harsh the wind could get, and how the weather changes just as erratic as the emotion changes of a psyche. And it happens a lot that you just find out it's bright and clear and sunny outside, and all of a sudden it turns cloudy and start pouring. And it usually would not last for 5 minutes, and you'll see the rainbow hanging upon the sky. I thought nothing could be creepier than that, but I was totally wrong. It could be way much creepier when you realized you have nothing to wear to keep you away from the coldness, that you have only got a pair of ankle socks and an overknee skirt, which was even thinner than my purse, with the temperature down to 5 to 6 degrees Celsius. I remember shivering on the way to school, on the way to PE, on the way to sports, on the way to the teacher's office. But there was nothing I could do to just let the blowing, breezing wind lash over my face, my hands, to my fingers, and my legs, and my knees. And no matter how hard I tried to blow on my fingers, they were still stiff and painful and looking ghastly pale. The coldness has got me feeling even more lonelier, that I was alone. Like, my parents arrived 4 months later, so I got no friends, no family supporting me, and I have to face with it by my own. I got into a complicated emotions. I knew I was frustrated, but at the same time, I felt like I should do something different. I should make a change. Instead of racking and throwing stuff around and bursting into an endless soap and waiting and just sit there and waiting for others to get me out of it, I did something different. I forced myself to take a deep breath and never knew that I could ever be that calm. And I try to think through it, try to come up with solutions, how can I make it? How can I change it? How can I deal with it? Then I tried to send an email to my tutor if I could wear something else to keep myself warm. But she was like, no. But I was standing in front of her, right in front of her, with my over knee skirts. I don't even got and a pair of ankle socks. But this time I didn't get frustrated. I didn't escape it. I didn't escape this. I overcome it. Things that didn't turn out in a way that I expected to be. I've learned how to deal with problems like on my own. Sorry.